up? Bradley Aiden Johnson here, and I wanted to do a video on metabolic damage. What does metabolic damage mean? Metabolic damage is what happens to practically every person that tries to lose weight over and over again through whatever silly crash diets and schemes and different methods of starvation they use before eventually finding out how to use macros and starts lifting and eats in a controlled way, following macros at a caloric deficit. In all that time of messing about with your metabolism, dropping it low and forcing your body to have to readjust to the craziness that you're doing to survive and all the fasting and stuff, weird stuff that you're doing, that metabolic damage is what is being accumulated by your impatience, basically. So, and lack of knowledge. So, the first problem that you encounter with metabolic damage is that you can only lower your calories so far realistically. You'll start feeling fatigued, you get incredibly hungry, your performance in the gym drops, you feel sad and lonely and miserable, and the whole world comes crashing down. That's one of the biggest problems. The second problem is because on any cut, you'll keep dropping calories forever until you get to the level of fat that you want. So let's say your metabolic baseline is 3,000 and you're cutting at 2,250. You cut at 2,250 for say 2 weeks, and then you drop your calories to say 2,150, and then you do that again for 2 weeks, and then you drop them to say 2,025, and you do that again for 2 weeks, and you keep going down until eventually you're at 6% body fat. That's the plan of cutting. Now, when you've experienced metabolic damage and you're operating at a much lower metabolic rate because you've been doing all these crash diets and then you've moved into cutting correctly, let's say the same person might be have a metabolic baseline of 1,800, so then they start cutting at something silly like 1,150, and then the next week's 2 weeks goes and they're at 1,050, and the next 2 weeks go and it's like 950, and then the next 2 weeks goes and you didn't lose weight. Why? Because the body does not like burning weight at too low a calorie level. It starts to panic, starts questioning what's going on, slows the metabolism down, you will struggle to lose weight. That's when you got to start getting refeeds and all that, and then the refeeds might not even work because the calories are so low, and also it's just much more difficult to eat at those low calories, and your performance in the gym suffers, your muscle mass suffers, everything suffers. So fixing metabolic damage is what this is all about, and the best way to fix it is a slow ramp up of what we call reverse dieting, increasing calories week by week. If you say add 100 calories to your diet every week over an extended period of time, once you found a metabolic baseline, let's say that metabolic baseline is 1,800 and it maintains your weight for 2 weeks, add 1,900 calories 1 week, add 2,000 calories a week after that, and keep going until you get to a point where you are consistently bulking, when you're consistently gaining weight. Once you know that you're consistently gaining weight, you'll be able to work out from there what your metabolic baseline definitely is and what the amount of calories you need to exactly hold your weight. And what should have happened over that time is, let's say your weight was staying the same at 1,800 calories, you add 100 calories to that, and a week later, you'll be at the same weight. And then you carry 1,900 calories. So then you go up to 2,000, and a week later, you'll still roughly be at the same weight. It's like, okay, and you keep adding, and what happens is your body just kind of gets used to it. It kind of like, it says, wait, so hold on. So we're safe now. We're out of the jungle or mountain, because that's how the body thinks. You know, if you're starving, it assumes you're in a jungle or mountain or some panic situation, or like it's winter and there's no crops. And it's like, we're out of the jungle, it's not panic time. I can use these calories, I can go back to the way I prefer to run this engine, right? And he's like, yeah, you can. So it goes, oh, okay, all right, I'll use a little bit more. So it stays, so the metabolic fire stokes up and ignites a little bit more. And then you feed a little bit more calories a week after that, and it's like, well, hold on. Even better, we're getting a little bit. Obviously, at a certain point, it's more calories than the body actually needs and can do anything with. So it'll be like, oh, okay, I think we've got to the point now where things are so good that I can actually store some fat for later. That's not the point we want. We just want it to be baseline. So once we establish that baseline, you can cut from there, which will be at a much higher cutting level. So after you do that for, say, a month, maybe longer, it depends how long and how damaged your metabolism is. You might do it for 2 months, and in 2 months you might be able to get your metabolic baseline up like 500-600 calories. So you get up to, say, 2,600 calories as a baseline, whereas previously it was, let's say 2,500 calories, and it was previously 18-19. From there, when you cut, your cut's going to be a lot healthier. It's going to be at like 1,750 calories, as previously it might have been at like 11 or 12. That is metabolic damage. That is how to fix it. It is rife in all the people I train. My caloric baseline not training, I mean, I'm only able to train legs, you know, I'm not doing any cardio, is 4,000 calories. I have a very healthy metabolism because I have not been abusing by over dieting, and I keep my calories same. I don't binge eat, I don't mess about. When you keep your calories consistent, your body burns calories better. When you are all up and down and crazy and stuff and starving yourself one week and binge eating the next week, body just, the metabolism just collapses on of itself. I'm at the moment eating 567 carbs a day. Some people that's like, oh, and like to me it's like, well, you know, look after your metabolism. Also be tall. Also train legs, I guess. Yeah. If I was able to train my full body, I'd be like 5750 as a baseline, I would imagine. If I was doing cardio on top of that, could easily get to 6,500 I imagine I could dirty bulk at something close to 8,000 calories if I really wanted to push it. Yeah, you heard me, I said it here first. Anyway, brandonandjoseph@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace!